Alright, so welcome everybody for episode 3 of Broken Soul Shadow of the Templars, the director's cut on Shackham Gaming. In the previous episode, we witnessed an explosion in a cafe. George and Nico, our two protagonists, met each other. George tracked down the killer, and that led to him recovering some evidence that actually leads us to the killer's tailor. So now we're gonna continue the story right where we left off, call Nico, and continue our investigation. Oh, we could call the tailor first. Interesting. Let's give the tailor a call.
Hello? Who is this? Hi. My name's George Stobart. You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart. I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick.
Nice.
Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not. All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
Alright, that was interesting. At first, I thought he was like really spooked and maybe complacent to the to the killer or something, but it seems he was just worried about talking to the police. Alright, let's see what info we can squeeze out of him.
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
Alright, so I actually do believe him, but we can't continue shaking down that tree. Alright, let's see what falls.
I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door. Junior is waiting for his daddy to come home from work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight, Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home.
You forgot the puppy.
Huh?
The faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice.
Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think?
I don't know Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
Oh man, I am digging the random NPC's attitude in this game. Alright, let's talk about the real issue at hand now though. He sold a costume to this clown, which is the killer. Let's see what he knows about that.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
Okay. Can you please keep talking? Maybe I should back out?
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
Alright, that was a weird moment of silence there. I was expecting them to finish the call on their own, but old adventure games, am I right? Now, can we call Nico? I can still call Todrick? That is interesting. Why?
Hello? Who is this?
Mr. Todrick?
Oh, it's you again. What now?
Yeah, we don't have any topics of conversation, so
Thanks for nothing,
bye-bye.
Todrick.
Maybe we should have talked to Nico first. Maybe she knows stuff. Let's see.
Hello, Nico Koolhaas.
Hello? It's George.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment later this afternoon?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come over.
I was used to working alone. But I had to admit, it felt good with George on the case too. But there were some things I was going to have to do alone. And fast. I needed the answers to some questions. Who was the costume killer? And why did he murder Carchon? Why did Carchon ask for me to interview him? How did he know my father? And why was my editor so scared? There was some kind of secret war going on out there. But who was on which side? One thing I did know. I wasn't going to get the answers sitting at my desk.
Damn straight you aren't. So, let's get out, I guess. But first, let's see if we can search some things in the apartment. I don't know why, but let's do that anyway. I do not want you to sit down, though. Okay, what are you doing, Nico? Seems like she's writing something. Alright, so this is just a symbol for sitting up or down, I guess.
My first teddy. Never had a boyfriend as loyal as him.
Yeah, that's how it goes, I guess. I think everybody has like a first animal, stuffed animal that he's like kind of in love with or something. Oh, I still remember mine was a penguin or something. Alright, any case, moving on.
It was a photograph of my father. The first one I ever took. With the first camera he ever bought me.
Yep, kind of checks out though, because I don't know if you saw the finger smudge in the edge of the of the photograph. That's like what happens when you first get your hands on a camera for the first time. You do not know how to use it, then you mess it up naturally.
You have no messages.
How sad. Oh, we do have music though. Hold on. Close that music. Copyright issues. Sorry, guys. Let's see. This is interesting though that they managed to squeeze some music in this game. Like this game was setting trends for many adventure games to follow. So gotta be appreciative of that, of what these guys did. Let's look inside here. Well, there's the wooden box. Just in case you were wondering and missed the first episodes, like in the first episode, we found one of these boxes inside the victim's office, Pierre Carchon's office. And those were designed by our father, by Nico's father. So there is definitely some connection that we are trying to find out more about.
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Carchon's.
It never had a key? Ooh, mystery.
The box was one of the few things my father left me. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Carchon's.
Alright, so I'm guessing, unless we find the key, let's get the puck out of here. Anything else interesting here? I don't see anything else we can search, so maybe we are just meant to go outside. Yep, I think that will be it for the apartment. Let's skedaddle. Alright, outside Nico's home, she lives apparently above a store, a clothes store, and there's a flower lady here we can talk to. She seems fun. Let's see.
Mademoiselle Collard.
Oh, hello there. Don't tell me. I'm going to meet a tall, dark man.
No, I don't think so. Why would you say that?
Oh, just a wild guess.
Anyway, your cousin's female and very pretty.
What?
Your cousin from Marseille. How could you forget her so soon? She was only in your apartment yesterday.
Ah, really?
Such a charming young girl.
Isn't she? And in my apartment, you say?
She let herself in, of course. She's got a key.
Suddenly, everything made sense. My apartment had been bugged. That was how Plantard knew all about my article. How did I know? Because the only cousin I have is a sweet little guy called Jean-Marc, who runs a patisserie in Le Touquet. These people were determined, which meant they were also very dangerous.
Alright, so let's learn more about our sweet little quote-unquote cousin.
I suppose she'd forgotten which apartment was mine.
Oh, Miss Collard, you're a mind reader. That's just what she said.
Oh, I bet it was. Well, I'd better be going. See what my sweet cousin's been getting up to.
Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Should we go back up and look for bugs maybe, or should we just go? Let me quickly try this.
So, where had my pretty new cousin hidden her little bug, eh? I was going to have to search everywhere.
Alright, see, now it makes sense to actually search the apartment. Let's do that again.
My first Teddy. Never had a boyfriend as loyal as him. Undisturbed. No bugs there.
Alright, so Teddy got the good end of the deal. Let's see. How about the phone itself?
There wasn't anyone that I needed to call.
No, I need you to look for bugs, Nico. Alright, let's look somewhere else.
It was a photograph of my father. They hadn't played.
Oh, sorry, I skipped through that. She said she had no bags found under the photo.
You have no messages.
How about bugs? How many bugs do I have? Alright, nothing here. What else, though? There aren't many places I can search. Like, could it be inside the box? That would be a weird place for a bug. Like, you place a bug out in the open, so you have good reception. Not inside a box. Could that be bugged?
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key. But that small metal disc underneath it in the chest was a recent addition.
Aha! Gotcha. So what now, though? Can I do anything with it?
The box was one of the few things. The elephant on the... But that's...
Yeah, we heard that. Okay, so can you take it out, Nico? Alright, she can do nothing apparently. Alright, just acknowledging the fact that we have bugs might be enough to move the story forward. Well, let's try and visit the real world now. Oh, we got locations. Interesting. So Rougerie is probably where we're living. I don't know if that building is indicative of where Nico is building. She's certainly not living in a skyscraper, but okay. We can go to the Carchon residence or in the Café de la Chandelle Verte, I think. I don't know why we would visit the Carchon residence. Let's go to the cafe. See the place that the murder happened. All right, so George is not here, surprisingly. Oh, they are boarding the place up. We could go back and look for evidence in the sewers even. First though, let's try talking to this guy and maybe we can go inside as well. Maybe if we distract him or something.
Hello, could I ask you some questions?
That depends. Are you a cop?
No, I'm a journalist.
Bit late, aren't you? They already took away the body.
I'm doing a follow-up on this story.
All right, wow, we got lots of things to talk about. All right, persons first. Let's talk about the, who is this guy? Oh, that's the guy who was working here. Interesting.
Tell me, are you related to the workman I saw digging the hole?
Don't talk to me about flobage. Pah!
Okay.
He just won a fortune on the horses and he won't give me a cent.
Well, it's his money.
When he was broke, he was happy to touch me for a loan. Brothers should look after each other, he used to say. He's changed his tune, now he's brassed up.
That is kind of interesting, actually. We did find a newspaper that had the name of a racehorse on it. I don't know if that's related or just the developers trolling us right now. We'll see. In any case, let's ask him about himself.
You're doing a fine job.
Damn right I am. You should be writing about me, not that idiot that got blown up.
The heroes who pick up the pieces when disaster strikes.
Exactly.
Well, give me your best smile and maybe I'll put your picture in the article.
Oh, right. Just give me a minute to do my hair.
Oh, is he distracted now? Can I go in?
The police had removed the body, but nothing else looked disturbed.
That is interesting. That is classical adventure gaming. You ask them to do something that distracts them, and then you head on in the next location, I guess. All right, so let's look at, I think, only the mirror. I don't see anything else. Let's look at the mirror. All right.
A panel had been blown away, revealing a gap. From this angle, I could see that something had been lodged in the gap behind the pipes.
Ooh, can we get to it, though? This is a real question. Not from this screen. Maybe we have to exit, I guess. Can we look like this?
Behind the table were some damaged pipes.
Oh, and that symbol. We recognize that, all right.
Voila! The police and forensic teams had missed a vital piece of evidence. Some kind of pouch. On the pouch was the cross symbol of Carchon's organization. I was on the right track.
All right, can we do anything with it, though? Hold on, which one is it?
I had decrypted the note. It read, Pierre, this tape...
Yeah, we read that. Let's skip through it. Where is the pouch?
On the pouch was the cross symbol of Carchon's organization. Inside the pouch were two items. A strange metallic artifact and a letter in some kind of code.
Oh, is that another letter? Interesting.
The artifact had a sword laid across scales. The scales of justice. I wondered if this connected to the room at the quayside.
And I guess that's where the game gets its title. The Sword of Justice is a broken sword, right? Alright, how about the message, though?
Another coded message using the same cipher system. So, Plantard was involved with Carchon.
Oh man, alright, so another message. Let's see, the note has been written, yada yada, we know that. In any case, since if you didn't see the first episode, or the second I think it was, we get these messages, we have to combine, find the corresponding English letter for each one of these symbols and substitute them. It is a substitute cipher in any case. Alright, so the logic is, these things are like short messages that start and end with names. And we saw from the first one that the first word was actually a name that we knew. So you have to kind of guess the names and even the small letters maybe. So let's see. Anything recognizable, like small words. Like this one. Or this one. This could be like to, he, things like that. Let's start guessing with names. Like, who do we know? We know Carchon. Would this be a second message addressed to him? Let's see. C-A-R-C-H-O-N. No, doesn't fit. Definitely the letters do not seem to correspond. Who else? We do not know many people. We know the deceased one. He is called Plantard. And we know Carchon's wife, Imelda. Imelda certainly doesn't fit. Let's see about Plantard maybe. So P-L-A-N-D-A. Oh, two A's. Hold on. P-L-A-N-D-A-R-D. Is that it? Could be it. It should be it, actually. I'm sensing a pattern here. I think there are some members of our secret community or something, and they are writing letters to each other, maybe. So the first one was addressed to Pierre Carchon. So the second one is probably going to be addressed to Plantard. And these are letters that are warning them of impending killer attacks. All right, let's see. So, where is this letter? It should be a P if it's Plantard. Now this one should be an L. Now the A is what makes or breaks this. Let's see. Because we get a lot of A's. Up to now, it kind of seems okay. Alright, let's keep going. Let's test the theory. It's definitely gonna spell Plantard. It's about a matter if the other words line up now. So, N, T, and R-D, the final ones. Alright, so now, let's see. Does it make sense? I think it does. This looks like Pierre. Plantard, Pierre. Oh, okay, let me test this name first. Oh, and this is LDA. This is another name that should be Imelda. Oh, so Imelda is in on this? Interesting. All right, let's start with this one. Imelda is Pierre Carchon's wife, by the way. She is the wife of the victim. It would make sense that she's in on it. All right, let's see. Because she is, if you remember, she is a wife that never talked about her husband's misadventures with other women. So it's kind of suspect that she was so faithful to him. And it starts to make sense now. There is a higher purpose that kept them together, I guess. All right, Pierre killed, that is certain. So the news is getting around. Let's see, where is that symbol here? There it is. Oh, wow, we have kind of almost decoded the message right now ourselves. So, all right, let's see. Murdered should be the next word. Yeah, a lot of easy words in this one. This wasn't too hard, thankfully. Murdered, must, I guess must. I don't think anything else fits here. Let's give that an S. Must something. Trail. We know Arno and Yamada are the names from the previous letter, so let's take advantage of that. Arno, and where is Yamada? It's that symbol. Arno, Yamada, he will come for us. They are probably talking about the killer now. He's trying to kill everybody. They're warning each other. All right, let's see. Should be an H. He will come for us. Let's put the F. Oh, wow, we got everything. All right, let's see. Must have followed trail from Arno and Yamada. All right, so Arno and Yamada are already dead. Now Plantard is dead. And Pierre are dead. So four of the members, I don't know how many members there are in total, but four of the members have already been wiped out. All right, let's see. Have followed Yamada and Arno, their trail. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant. Yes. Very stereotypical phrase. Must be.
Pierre Kill. Murderer must have followed trail from Arno and Yamada. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant. Thierry's girl broke into Pierre's safe. She worries me. Imelda. So much for Imelda's innocence. Plantard was working for her and for Carchon. But why did Plantard want to meet? Was it a trap? Or maybe he was in too deep and needed me to tell the story, whatever the story was. One thing was clear. It was a story worth killing for.
Literally. All right, so what do we do now with this newfound information? Should we call George or somebody else, or should we keep looking for evidence maybe? I'm gonna try and take a quick look.
There was nothing of interest beyond some bloody debris.
A quick look around, see if we missed anything. Although there are not many interactable points right now.
Hey, what about my photos?
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
Well, I'm waiting. Get your camera out.
Camera. Oh, I forgot. It broke.
Whoops.
Alors, they should never send a woman to do a man's job.
Well, this woman had fooled him easily enough. And found the evidence the police had missed.
Well, not a good journalist, but a better investigator, I guess. Let's see, could we recover any evidence from this place? We cannot go down because we do not have the tools, right? Is there anything else? There is nothing else. Let's see what she does. She will probably just try to lift it and be unable to.
There might have been clues down there, but I was relieved I didn't have a sewer key.
Yes, you and me both. Alright, so there's only one way we can keep going. Can we call anybody? Let's see. That is a weird phone, by the way. I talked about this the previous episode.
I didn't need to call anyone.
Alright. How about this gentleman in here?
The door was locked.
Alright, so we can only go back, I guess. Let's do
The
that.
strange metal artifact I found in Plantard's pouch had pointed back to the quayside.
Ile de la Cité an hour later. So we are back here. Interesting. So, let's go back in, I guess. Oh, do we have to do the same thing again? Oh, damn. Do we have the cylinder? Yes. Alright. So, hold on. What was the sequence? We need to put this here. No, hold on. We don't need to do that anymore. Just need to lift this, right?
I needed a gap for leverage.
Again? Oh, man. Alright, so, wait, why can't she place that here? Oh, hold on, that's because I'm an idiot. I first have to lift this up with my hands, like. Alright, now we need to place this. Why does the game make me do this twice? Come on. Alright, now finally the cylinder goes in here. It is weird when games make you do the same thing twice. It's like they want to make sure you aren't following a a walkthrough or something, I don't know. Alright, let's go in.
Turning the lights off wasn't going to help.
Yes, I agree. Let's undo that. I was just testing. You know, it's kind of a habit for us adventure games to test everything.
I wasn't going to find anything in this old desk. It hadn't been used for years.
Alright. You said so already. Let's go to our favorite... Hold on. Can I examine this on the ground? Interesting. Let's first examine if there's anything else inside here. Maybe I missed it the first time.
There was nothing else in the drawer.
And I didn't miss it.
The drawer had come out easily enough.
Alright, we heard about this. Can I use an object? Oh, the photograph. Hold on.
The photograph showed Carchon smiling happily to camera, with a background of burning huts and death.
Can I use that, maybe? Something has to be interactable with a desk. Nope, guess not. I don't think we're gonna find anything in this desk. I probably missed something. Let's see. Like, we examined this thoroughly the previous time. Oh, hold on. Hold on. What is this?
A door like that always has something important behind it. I had to find a way to unlock it.
Interesting. Did I miss that the first time?
That wasn't going to help.
Yeah, alright. That's a hole we need a cylinder for, right? Or maybe this key? I don't know. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna go back and get the cylinder again. Alright, that doesn't work. Anything else? Oh, we do have this key. No, that doesn't fit. Come on. Yeah, obviously, we probably need to go back and get the cylinder. Although, there is one more item I didn't try.
The artifact had a sword laid across scales. There was a picture of Lady Justice in the...
Yeah, okay, we heard about this. Maybe let's see if that fits. Oh, okay, interesting.
Plantard's key fitted the lock, so he must have used this place too.
Well, we knew that. There was a message addressed to him. So yeah, he's probably using that place, sorry. Right, pieces of paper.
The folders were empty. Someone had removed anything that they thought could be incriminating.
Alright, what did they leave behind, though, is the true question.
A photograph had been torn up.
Alright, it's puzzle time, isn't it?
If I could just arrange the pieces.
Of course. A photograph has been torn into many fragments. You must position them in the correct position to move the fragment, yada yada. When the pointer... I'll figure it out. Come on. How hard can it be? Alright, start with the edges. Always start with the edges. Yeah, it's kind of working out to be quite... Is it that easy? Like, I'm making correct choices right off the bat here. Seems a bit too easy. Alright, let's see. That's okay. We don't need to waste too much time completing these puzzles. Alright, let's continue working on the frame. I think that's all the pieces we can find about the frame.
Oh my god. It can't be.
Who is it, Nico? Oh, it's gonna be her father. Come on. It's gotta be. Like, we know she knows him and he knows Pierre. And there we go, final piece.
There was no doubt about it. It was a picture of my father.
Alright then.
Papa? Oh God. After what I'd gone through, I thought I could face anything, but not this. My father, the one person in the whole world who I truly admired, standing with Crachon while those murderers carried on with their evil work. My father, grinning at the camera. I couldn't believe it. I realized that I desperately needed to get to the bottom of this story, and that I really needed George.
Alright, could this be... Hold on. Could this be a case of the killer taking revenge for what these guys did in Africa? In any case, later that afternoon. And now we switch back to George. We're gonna visit Nico because we do have an appointment. Let's talk to this lady though first, I'm guessing. She kind of looks like a fortune teller because of what Nico was talking to her the previous time. Let's see if we get any funny dialogue.
Oh, hi.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
Nailed it.
No thanks.
I'm very good. It only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to.
Okay. Interesting. Alright, let's talk about all our subjects of interest.
Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fix it before winter sets in. He's been saying that for 3 years.
Well, okay. Some resentment toward landlords in general, which is, I guess, expected.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. Your young lady, she deserves better.
Alright, is that a wink towards George?
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have told me, but okay.
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collard's apartment?
Yes, I have. A strange man. Tall and thin as a broomstick. He kept his face hidden, but I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with an hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
Maybe that was Plantard, actually. Interesting. I don't think she's describing like the killer. Tall and thin? I mean, yeah, tall maybe, but thin, definitely not. That clown looked like he had some broad shoulders on him.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Mademoiselle Collard?
No, monsieur.
Alright then. How about flowers? Should I get flowers? Alright.
Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
Yikes. Well, thanks for telling me. What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity?
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me. What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat.
Oh man, When did it become so difficult to pick some simple flowers? Damn. All right, let's have our fortune told, maybe.
I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know?
Maybe who the killer is, something useful. Come on.
How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
All right.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
Wow. It got deep and scary very quickly.
What do you make of this tool?
Is it something a dentist would use?
No, it's for raising manhole covers.
Formidable.
How did you figure out a huge tool like this was gonna be used by a dentist? More like a demolitions expert or something.
Do you recognize this nose?
No, monsieur.
What can you tell me about this tissue?
Nothing.
What can you tell me about this material?
It's a very expensive piece of cloth, monsieur.
All right, not much info, as expected. Let's go.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur, you will.
Oh, she's creepy now. Of course, she is a fortune teller, so of course she will say.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock. Hi.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George. Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers underneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck. Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
My editor told me to drop this story. Can you believe it?
But you're not going to do that.
Oh, no. I'm going to find out what's behind these killings.
It just doesn't add up. It almost feels like some sort of conspiracy.
The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders.
The press don't connect them at all.
They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
Well, that covers just about everyone.
Yeah, you got that right.
Tell me more about yourself.
There's nothing much to tell.
Well, how'd you get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought me my first camera. I was 8, and my parents had just split up.
Did you live with your father?
Yes. My mother went off with her new boyfriend. I didn't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really. Always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted me to study art. That's why I went to college.
Did you learn about photography at college?
God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint, canvas, paper. Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Wow, that sounds like a horrible college. I bet that minimalism class was like packed to the brim all the time. In any case, let's talk about what we found regarding the killer.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Arnaud Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it, millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was lured to his death by a snowman.
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium.
How did he die?
At the hands, or should I say flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
a snowman, a penguin, and now a clown.
I had been about to add mime to the list, but stopped myself. I really didn't want to have to explain to George about my father's involvement with Cachon.
You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you this, I will not be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance for a big break.
Or an early death.
All right. Let's talk about the things we found. I'm guessing the first few are gonna be irrelevant, but the last one could lead us to actually something.
This is the tool I used to get into the sewers.
Fascinating, George.
You're not interested, are you?
Oh, of course I am. I think it was very brave of you to go down those sewers.
Yeah? Well, it was kind of scary, but, well, I had a job to do. I found this false nose in the sewer.
Hey, what's this inside it?
The contents of someone's nose?
Don't be cross, George. It says La Risée du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume.
Oh, interesting. We got something out of it. Nice.
I found this tissue down the sewer.
That's disgusting, George.
No. I think the stuff on it is grease paint, like actors use, or clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
Really? That's how she reacts to the tissue after I showed her the nose? Alright, I guess the nose isn't disgusting enough.
I found a piece of material near the cafe. When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed a film I shot at the cafe. Here, George. It's an enlargement I made. Look what that guy's wearing.
Checkered pants. The same material as I found in the sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh, no?
Take a close look at his right cheek.
A scar in the shape of a horseshoe.
Or a crescent moon.
Okay, wow, that was a lucky shot. Literally a lucky shot. A photograph shot.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
Yeah, do not get any fancy thoughts, George. Not just yet.
I have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you thought in the comments. If you enjoyed it, press the like button to help my channel out and the subscribe and bell buttons to receive a notification for new videos, as well as my live streams every Saturday at 8 AM Eastern European Time. See you next time, guys!